Hey, sixth grade. Oh, I miss you guys. Okay, we're going to start getting into this lesson, which is lesson 8 of the Odyssey. So, we're actually going to begin reading book 12 today. This is a very comprehensive lesson, and it helps you build up your comprehension of what's going on in the Odyssey. So, like you saw in the video in our parlay discussion, there are a multitude of themes in the Odyssey. By the end of this lesson, you will reflect on the first two parts of the witch's predictions and answer in your own opinion writing on what you think is going to happen. So I'm excited to see your responses to today's exit ticket. Now, it's not a formal exit ticket, but you still are being graded on your response. So make sure to write and meet my check for understandings, which is always writing in a full sentence and giving me at least 2 sentences today. Cool. So this lesson has a lot of slides. Please don't freak out or give up already. It's because I added a showcase slide, pictures, and answers after the check for understanding. So it's all to help guide you and help you be successful in understanding this story. I'm here to help. Come to office hours. I'm there every morning at 10:45 and every afternoon except Friday. So please don't give up. Ask for help, reach out, message. I'm sitting here just on the other side of the keyboard. Now you have 4 stop and jots today, but that's because I really wanted to break down for each level of understanding with what this witch is saying, and so you guys would be a lot more comfortable in answering your part. So you'll actually have a few different focus words for understanding from the vocab. So you have this long list of vocab, but then you actually have a few focus words. So we're going to circle back to those, and you can use them to help you. So we have an attack the prompt today, which is to summarize the danger that awaits Odysseus and his men. I'm going to do something a little bit different in that included on this slide is my reading of the full text. So what you can actually start doing is after I'm done talking in this sentence, it would be a good time to pause, and I'll pick up back up with you guys on slide 9. Slide 9, annotation and discussion prompt. What dangers will Odysseus face? This is actually the same discussion prompt that we'll be using for this entire section of the story, so that's not going to change. What dangers does he face? Cool. Tomorrow, you'll summarize them in your exit ticket. So we're going to underline details that show future dangers and enemies and label and explain each danger that you see. So just do that each time. Danger equals blank. Danger equals blank. So anytime you read about a new one. Let's go. Then Circe took my hand and led me off apart from them and questioned me in detail. I told her everything. The lady Circe replied at last, "That quest is over now. So listen, I will give you good instructions. Another god will make sure you remember. First, you will reach the sirens, who bewitch all passerby. If anyone goes near them in ignorance and listens to their voices, that man will never travel to his home and never make his wife and children happy to have him back with them again." Pause and come back to replay when you're ready. Slide 10. The sirens who sit there in the meadows will seduce him with piercing songs. Around about them lie great heaps of men, flesh rotting from their bones, their skin all shriveled up. Use wax to plug your sailors' ears as you row past, so they are deaf to them. But if you wish to hear them, your men must fasten you to your ship's mast by hand and foot, straight upright with tight ropes. So bound, you can enjoy the siren song. But if you beg your men to set you free, they have to tie you down with firmer knots. I will not give you definite instructions about which route to take when you have sailed beyond the sirens. Let your heart decide. Sounds pretty nice, right? We're going to stop for a quick CFU. Don't forget that this is slide number 3 that's talking to you. So if you've gotten a little bit mixed up, we're going to answer, how do the sirens bewitch the travelers? And I'm actually going to answer that with you in a little bit. Slide 12. Again, what dangers does Odysseus face? But now we have some guiding questions. Who is Scalia? What does she look like? What will Scalia do if a ship passes by her? Is there any way to avoid this? We're really going to focus on what is Odysseus' first choice. So here we go. There are 2 choices, and the first goes through vast overhanging rocks, which Amphitrite batters aggressively with mighty waves. The blessed gods call these the wandering rocks. No birds can fly through safe, not even doves, who bring ambrosia to Zeus. One dove is always lost in that sheer gulf of stone, and Zeus must send another to restore the number of the flock. No human ship has ever passed through there. When one tries to enter, the waves and ragged gusts of fire engulf ship timbers and bodies of the men. We're going to stop for a quick CFU. What is Odysseus' first choice? Slide 14. Don't forget, I'm on slide 3 talking to you. Only the famous Argo sailed through there, returning from the visit with Aeetes. The current hurled the ship towards the rock, but Hera, who loved Jason, led them safe. Taking the second way, you meet two rocks. One reaches up to heaven with its peak surrounded by blue fog that never clears. No light comes through that there, even in the summer. No man could climb it or set foot upon it, even if he had 20 hands and feet. The rock is sheer, as if it had been polished. Right in the middle lies a murky cave that faces west towards dark Erebus. Steer your ship past it, great Odysseus. The hollow cave is so high up, no man could shoot it with an arrow. You have some different guiding questions here at the bottom. Who has survived this before? What is Odysseus' second choice? What should he steer past? And on slide 15, you'll see what should Odysseus steer past is your CFU question. Don't forget to pause here, go back to slide 3 to pause, and then resume when you're ready for slide 16. Slide 16. Who is Scalia? What does she look like? What will she do if a ship passes by her? There lives Scalia, howling and barking horribly. Her voice is puppy-like, but she is dangerous. Even a god would be afraid of her. She has 12 dangling legs and 6 long necks, with a gruesome head on each, and in each face 3 rows of crowded teeth, pregnant with death. Her belly slumps inside the hollow cave. She keeps her head above the yawning chasm and scopes around the rock and hunts for fish. She catches dolphins, seals, and sometimes even enormous whales. Queen Amphitrite, ruler of warring waters, nurtures many creatures. No sailors ever pass that way unarmed. She snatches one man with each mouth from off each dark, proud ship. The other rock is near, enough to shoot an arrow right across. This second rock is lower down, and on it there grows a fig tree with thick leaves. You're going to stop for a quick CFU. What will Scalia do if a ship passes by her? In the slides after that, you'll see answers to the previous CFUs, and I'm going to ask you how you did on today's Check for Understanding and how you can improve tomorrow when we finish this lesson. At the end, you won't have an exit ticket. You'll have the same TDQ from today for tomorrow's lesson. So you have a question slide that is mandatory, and I can't wait to see what you guys write. Please remember to go back to slide 3 if you need to review any parts of this video. See you in office hours.